Okay,
Thank
all
you.
yours, Rizwan.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So I guess everyone can see my screen. I hope my internet tonight is much more better than yesterday. So let's start. Copilot for Microsoft 365, right? So what is Microsoft 365? Just give you a brief. Microsoft 365 is actually your Microsoft Office, Words, your PowerPoint, your Excel, right? So when they say Copilot for Microsoft 365 means the AI capability, they enable it into your Words, PowerPoint, Excel. They got a lot of Teams, even Microsoft Forms, right? So later on, we will do some demo, and then you will have a better and greater idea of what AI can actually do lah, in Microsoft ecosystem, right? So let's go to the next slide. So the age of Copilot has arrived. So Copilot is product of Microsoft, introduced early last year, and then they made it available to everyone end of last year. After that, this year, early this year, they removed the limit. It's only available to a certain type of particular users. Now everyone can actually go in and purchase them and try it, right? So what can it do, right? Copilot for Microsoft 365. So it based on a natural language, a large language model. So what is large language model? Is a AI model, right? And then Microsoft Graph is one of the Microsoft component. Means you see here there's a highlighted down below your data, right? So and then Microsoft 365 apps, and then the internet. So what does it mean here? Means you able to actually unlock your productivity, right? Using the AI capability within your Microsoft app, which able to talk to your data. Let's say you have any company related information inside your tenant, right? Inside your own OneDrive, right? Your own personal storage, cloud storage, or even in your SharePoint, right? And then with Copilot, able to actually understand your data and give some insight. So we will see them later on in our demo. 365 is transforming work. So throughout this year, right, in our sharing, there's been a lot of one-to-one sharing, even private sharing that we have to do, we have to attend. So I can see most of the end users, right, their question is not a easy question anymore. They will ask some really tough question like about data security, about if I only purchase one license, what it will do, right? And then how it can actually help me if summarize those things are is available freely. You can actually use any chat GPT, right? If it chat GPT or any AI tool. So we will share things, right? We will share, for example, here based on Microsoft Work Trend Index. So when the worker use Copilot, so they have improved their work, make them more productive compared to without using Copilot. And when they started using Copilot, right, they just love it and did not want to give up Copilot, right? So you need to be, always in some kind of cycle to actually understand how AI behaves and how it can actually help you. So here are some of the things that you actually need to focus on if you want to onboard into Copilot. You need to understand the security foundation. This is the most favorite question the client will always ask us. They worry about their data, right? They worry that AI learn everything about their business secret, and other business can actually, steal the secrets, right? And just ask AI, and AI will give you everything. This is the one of the things, the main foundations that they will need to understand. You need to understand. And then AI at work. What are the features, capability, limitation? There are limitations. You need to understand. And then how to validate those informations, right? Uh, it's not all, like, wow, this is really good. Can be helpful. But there is a certain uh the other side that you need to look into it as well. We will actually share them. And then culture shift, right? So when I believe about 10 years ago, or maybe like more than 10 years ago, maybe like 20 years ago, when computers start to, be really into our work culture, not only in the end user at home, but even in offices, right? So you can see certain people don't really like it, especially the one that always, use typewriter, use journal, and use filing, right? But certain people, they just like feel that they need to have this, right? Will improve their work. And it's not only that. When you talk about culture shift, you also need to talk about, how to actually store this information, how to access the information, how to protect the information. Those are part of the life cycle, right? So, okay, let me just go to the next. So here are some of the common questions, right? Right. Like I said about security, does Copilot able to see whatever prompt that you throw into the AI? And let's say I want to, generate me a report, right, about this particular sales trend. Yeah, it can actually do that. How can I avoid, overexposing our data, your company data? So where is the data process? These are common questions. They don't really talk about technology because most of the end user already know AI. They know what it can actually do, right? So let me just skip this slide. I will just skip some of the formalities and we can actually go into demo, right? So before I jump into demo, I just want to highlight about security, right? So Microsoft always take security as a main uh, focus area, right? So for example, this involve having all the company data in your tenant so that people cannot access them from outside. So they have a conditional access where you can actually access the data in which platform you can actually protect them. And also even you can actually label those documents as sensitive label so that Copilot can actually read or even index those documents. And these are some of the features, security features that are available together with Microsoft products, right? Another thing that I want to also share is the AI principle. In 2018, right, when Microsoft really like start focusing their journey in AI, they started with this principle first, so that along the journey, when technology kick in, then everyone start using the AI, right? So at least they have the guidelines and guidance and how to actually address those kind of questions. So you can see some of the AI principles here, right? Your data is your data, right? My They are not using your data to train the AI, and your data also protected, right, using the compliance and security control. So these are some of the principle, right? So fairness, so these are the topics that you can actually go and read more detail about it. Later on I will share the link. So let's watch some video, right? This one is just a short video. Okay, let's watch this video. I hope you can hear.
With one video is hung, I believe.
Sorry, I think I lost my screen. Let me just share again.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Sorry, let me just replay this from the place that okay.
Straight to the
I think whenever I play the video, it actually okay, never mind. Let me just skip this video. It's okay. Never mind. So let's directly go into the right. So here are the focus of the demo, right? So we have the HR, we have the marketing, we have sales, right? We have customer service. So Copilot can be used by any of your role in the company, right? We have a tailored demo into all this particular role, right? So let's say marketing, right? So let me just, you can see from here. Sorry, yeah, maybe it's too small. I hope it is not too small. So for example, here you can just write the article, and then you can just change the article into a table format using the Copilot, right? And later on, I will show you how you can actually do that. So this one is for sales, right? So you have your Outlook over here. You busy cannot join the meeting. You just follow the meeting, and then after the meeting, you have the summary, and you can even ask question about meeting that already happened, right? You can even ask about anything that you need to follow up for customer service, right? So during the meeting, you will have the capability to go in and even ask any questions that while the meeting is running. Let's say cannot anything like that you will need to do, or
Rizwan, your line got cut off. Oh, sound.
sorry. I guess during the night the internet at my place is really bad. Then next we have Excel. So we have Excel. We can actually summarize the data. You can have some insights of the data. Let's say you don't really understand about the data, right? Maybe you're just new to the job. You can even ask for the Copilot to actually create some formulas for you, all using natural language. You just key in, and then it will actually able to do that for you. So these are things that you can actually do. And there are other things as well. For example, HR able to generate list of interview questions for the candidates that you want to hire, or any other HR work, you able to do that. And also Loop is for collaboration, right? Let's say you are want to create a specification for things that you want to purchase, and you can actually go into Loop and collaborate with your colleague on things that you want to do, right? So these are really great tool. And let's have a demo, right? Let's have a demo. Let me just show you what demo, right? Just log in into my give me a moment. Yeah, just let me just share my screen now. Okay. So let's try to create some documents, right? So I I'm opening my Word document. Just do a blank Word document. So let me just open a blank Word document. And Copilot is here, is available in all these apps, right? So you have the Copilot chat, you're in Outlook, in Teams, and also in Word and Excel. Let me just open you see. Okay. So now I have a blank document over here, and then let's try to create some content, maybe a proposal. So over here you can see there's a draft with Copilot. I hope you can see in the middle over here, right? So you can able to generate any content just by typing the prompt, right? You can do almost the prompt if much more longer will be the content will be much more detailed for you. So after you type your prompt, you can just click generate over here. There also a Copilot button over here, right? So you can see over here. So this Copilot is this Copilot sidebar allows you to interact with the document. So let's say you have a long article in the middle, right? You can actually go in and ask any question related to the documents and you're able to answer them. So if I just zoom in, so there's a view prompt here, right? It's like a book, right? So there's a collection of prompt, and then you can actually have other things over here. For example, you can have a plugin. Let's say you want content from the internet, right? You just enable the plugin. So you have the chat history. This is the example prompt that Microsoft already defined for you that you can actually use. So let's start to generate something, right? So uh, I'm I'm planning to open you know uh maybe a bookstore. Uh, uh, right. And you just click generate. So it will start to generate the title and also some of the executive summary over here. And then it will give you some rough idea. Let's say you're planning to open a bookstore in a supermarket, let's say maybe a shopping complex, sorry. And what are the costs that you will need to expenses that you will need to take care of. For example, you need to pay the rent, the renovations, and then the staff expense, right? So what are the expected revenue for the first year? And then these are some of the cost breakdown, right? So these are the simple proposal. You can actually make it really short. Let's say, write me a proposal, business proposal, right? And it will generate about 2 or 3 pages. So you can actually go in here. Okay, let me just zoom in. You can actually go in here, maybe to change the prompt, right? So you can able to regenerate again. You can actually straight away click regenerate, or if you don't like this the draft, you can actually remove it. If you let's say right, make it longer, right? So maybe just we will try to generate another draft. Let's see how it works. So you have all the information here. So the break-even point is expected to reach in 10 months. So these are the cost breakdown, and now we see there's a market analysis. So staff 20,000 salary, 2 full-time employee, 1 part-time, minimum wage of 15 per hour, right? So all the details are here. You can see now it's really long. So locations, customer service, and financial brand image, ambience of the store. You can even have some activity and event financial plans, right? So it will operate 7 hours per day. So these are all the information. Probably if you want to, draft on your own, will take a while. So if you start with Copilot, right, it really helps. So the tagline that they always use, right, never, draft your first draft, right? Never write your first draft. So use Copilot. So you can see all the details are here. It was like only 1 pages before this. If I just ask it to make it longer, now everything is here in detail, right? In first month, what are the expected revenue and expenses, those things. I don't know when it will stop. So let's wait. So yeah, this is the first year. What are the costs, profit? If you have experience running a bookstore, then probably you can actually validate this, right? Uh, but for us, like anyone that wants to open a business, right? So the first method that I always use is go to internet and search for it. But with Copilot, it actually help you maybe a bit further than just Googling around finding the information, right? So if you're happy, right, you can actually toggle between the first draft and second draft over here. You can see over here. If you're happy with the draft, you can just keep this, right? So you can still write with Copilot here. You just click this button. You can add more. You can click Inspire Me, right? Inspire Me will actually understand content of this document and generate some interesting facts, even more information that you can actually put inside the document, right? So let's say you have some of the information here, right? You want to turn it into a table, right? In a different format. You can just highlight. You can see there's Copilot icon over here. Just click, right? See, right? We can actually out ask the Copilot to auto rewrite this. And you can actually write again your own prompt to actually regenerate this, or maybe change it into table. So let's try visualize this into a table. Yep. So yeah, that's really easy. You don't have to create your own table and copy and paste. Just highlight and it will change the format of this particular bullet points into a table, right? Yeah, then you can adjust. So, and then you can actually save this document. So let's just save this document at a place that I think I have it over here. Got maybe over here, right? So I just name it proposal for a bookstore, right? So you can actually label the document, right? Let's say you have predefined label, right? To protect this document from Copilot, maybe like the other person cannot ask AI and retrieve the information of this particular document, right? You actually label this document, right? So you can create more label. This is one of the label that I created. It's a bit flexible. It's really flexible. You can actually do that. There's a version history. Let's say you have few other version of this particular document. You always can go back. So let's try to test the sidebar over here. So like I said, you can use this particular sidebar to interact with the documents. So here, let's just click this one. Summarize this document, right? So we just, okay, you can see within like few seconds, it started to generate the summary of this particular document. It's really long document, about 7 pages. I'm able to generate all the summary for you. So what are this document about? And proposal overview, financial estimate, challenges and mitigation, cost breakdown, and market analysis. Right? And it will even highlight to you where is the actual content if you want to validate and make a reference of, right? So these are one of the great features, right? You can actually, let's say you have a contract, really long document contract that you just want to have a summary before you actually go in and understand the document. So there's other prompt over here. You can see here, right? They give you some suggestion, and you can actually use it. You just click, right? For example, make the summary more format. Let's say you want to use the summary and send it over the email, and you want to attach this Word document, right? So you can just ask the Copilot to generate the summary for you. So this is Copilot in Word. So you have other Copilot as well. Let's try maybe PowerPoint. I will just do this one, and then I will pass to Greg, because Greg has something to share to, and then also Vic. So let's do the final demo before I pass to them. It's still loading. If you have question, like wondering, I mentioned, no, you can actually use the normal PowerPoint version over here. Just that I don't have the Copilot over here, so I need to use the web version. Web version is in I think I lost you guys again. So then the normal version, I think yeah, my internet is acting up again. Let me just refresh and see. Yeah. So let's say if I want to generate slides based on the proposal that I have just done, right? Over here, you can just copy the link, copy this particular link of the proposal that I created just now, copy. Then you head over to PowerPoint. You can see there's a Copilot icon over here, right? And then you can just click this icon, and then the sidebar will appear. So in PowerPoint, the only way to use the Copilot is through this method. You just click, and then it will appear a sidebar, all the control and
Ridwan, are you still there?
yeah, I'm still
Oh,
here, but my internet is not really good. Greg,
oh,
I
it's all
think
good.
maybe I think you can start. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Anything you
Alright.
want to close up for your section?
It's okay. You start first. If my internet is getting better, then later before the end, I will just share the final part.
All right. Yeah, I can do that. Let me share my screen for a little bit. See. Okay, I hope I'm sharing this right. You should be seeing a screen of my Copilot.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
hello everyone. I'm Greg. I'm going to be showing you a little bit of something from the free Copilot. And by the way, this is on both the browser and the app version. And not sure if you've noticed this, but Copilot actually has this setting for you to change conversation styles. You can't see it here yet. I'll show you in a little bit, but you can change it to creative, precise, and this one called balance, which is a little bit of both. And right now, there's actually an issue that you can't access it on your screen if your region is like set to Malaysia, like I have it here. So you might have to switch it over to the United States, just like this. And you see, it's gonna show up. You have creative, and your screen's gonna be purple. If you're on balance, your screen's gonna be blue, and if you're on precise, your screen's gonna be on dark blue, right? So let me show you some examples on how each conversation style might affect the same prompt. So I've got 3 examples today. Let me show you a little bit on something. And the first one, I'm gonna have Copilot help us with a little bit of poetry. So let's make one on the topic of Malaysia, right? Oh, here, let me show my camera while I'm at it. All right. Hello, Ren. All right. So for this, you would think that it's something you want to use the creative mode here, right? The purple one. But let's check out the differences between the modes. If you use balance, like over here, so I had prompted it, write me a poem about Malaysia, right? And say, sure, it generate something. Let me scroll through a little bit. You see that it's sort of the standard poem. It rhymes, it delight, moonlight, share, compare, and it gives you a good number of verses, right? I think this is everything that you would expect from Copilot when you ask about it to write a poem, let's say. How about we look at the precise option, right? And from this alone, you can see that it's much more structured, right? Especially visually, you can see that the verses are kind of equal in length, and it's got this very clear rhyme schemes like AABB, like sight, night, new and brew. It's like 4 verses, 4 lines each, right? I feel like it's much more structural compared to the creative version. And how about in balance, right? Here, let's take a look. And write me a poem by Malaysia. It gives me something. And if you notice here, it actually gives us examples of poems, right? Because at the bottom here, there are sources. And if you click into these sources, actually, you'll see that each of these verses came from these sources. And so instead of writing something new, it gave you pre-existing stuff, right? And I guess it wanted to play safe instead of being too creative. I'm not sure why, but this is the outcome. Maybe it's trying to answer my prompt here a little bit more generally in case I want something that worked out instead of something new. Not sure why. But we can look at this in other examples. So on my second one, I have a little bit of an explanation. So let's say I'm telling Copilot to, tell me why is the sky blue, right? For example. So let's take a look at the creative option first. So explain to me why is the sky blue? And you would see here that it's very simple. Say, it's due to this phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering, and it gives us 4 categories. It's very easy to look through. It's kind of short in comparison, and I think it's quite enough to give you the general idea, right, on why is the sky blue. But if you compare it over here, if I choose the precise option, you can notice that this is dark blue, precise. Just now when I chose creative, over here it's purple. Yeah, if you choose the precise option, it's much more longer compared to the creative, right? And even though they use the same sources down here, you see this uses NASA and life science. Back in creative, generate, yeah, it is also using NASA and life science. But for some reason, precise has a much longer response for you, right? So I guess it decided to pull much more data from the same source. If we look at balance, on the other hand, we see that it has a completely different response type, right? It's much more of a summary, really. It doesn't give us categorizations, but if you compare it to the first two, it doesn't really use jargon. So nothing too complicated, except for Rayleigh scattering, maybe, but it does explain it in layman's terms. So not much jargon, and it's very general. I think it's enough to give a broad understanding on why is the sky blue. So I think my recommendation on this is that if you want in-depth, I would recommend using this, which would be the precise option. Otherwise, if you want a good like TLDR sort of summary, I would recommend the balanced option. And if anybody has anything you are interested in me testing, please do type it out in chat. But otherwise, I'm gonna look at one more example I've got here, which is on image generation, right? Which is actually kind of interesting because the results are not what I expected in the end. So let me show you a little bit. So I asked Copilot to make me images showing this math concept called the Fibonacci sequence, which is like numbers that add on each other and it becomes bigger and bigger. And let's take a look at the creative option first, right? Because images, right? And when I first did this, and you can see what I got from, say, create an image showing the Fibonacci sequence to like show the numbers from small becoming very big by adding on to each other. Yeah, I thought that, yeah, it's got a certain style, you know, it's easy to visualize. It's got nice colors. It's kind of minimalistic, I guess, which is its creative part. Let me show you another one. So I did 2 of each over here. I've got a second one for creative. It's kind of interesting, huh? Yeah, also very minimalistic, but you can see like the creative part of it. They try to have like, you know, colors and a specific themes. But let me compare this to the precise option. So we have the precise option right here, and it was using seashells. Wow, to depict the Fibonacci sequence. You would think that this is something they use in the precise option, in the creative option instead, right? Let me show you precise number 2, and instead it uses this sort of cartoon art style. Right? I'm gonna show you the prompt. It's exactly the same. So create an image using the showing the Fibonacci sequence. Why is this? Honestly, I looked it up. I don't think I have an answer. What I think it's doing is that, you know, it's trying to be more specific. So it turns out extra bits in addition to this prompt that I gave you. So, you know, maybe they want to show a bit more detail, but honestly, not too sure why this is the case, but it is. I do recommend you guys try it out, but let me show you one more on balance over here. And if you can see, we got like actual people now, right? It's just showing the Fibonacci sequence on the blackboard, and over here on the second balance, also kind of the same thing. It's like actual people teaching about the Fibonacci sequence, and both times they've had people in it, right? And they chose this sort of a realistic approach. It's kind of interesting, right? Even though I prompted it twice, using the exact same prompt, it like generated something similar for all 3 different kinds of conversation style, even, right? Maybe this is similar for balance on how it wanted to approach back in the poetry scenario. So maybe I wanted it to base off reality, so something exists. Remember back in the poetry one, it pulled off existing verses that already existed somewhere in the internet. It gives us sources, and not very sure why this is the case. But all in all, for this specific one, I don't really have recommendations. Do try all 3 modes, depending on the kind of picture you want to do. Really, just, yeah, it depends on what your outcome, right? Do we have any requests in chat? Let me take a look. I think we are good. If you do, just please do type it in, and later on, maybe I'll send screenshots of what I got. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll give it back to you, Ridwan. Thanks.
Thank you, Greg. It was great. You know, comparing all the you know, the options. We never did that. So now we can actually see the differences between the precise, the balance, right, and the creative. Um, I Vic, are you there, Vic?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. So I get do you want to start?
Sure. Let me share screen.
All right. Thank you. So I will pass over to Vic. Yep.
So just a free explanation. I'm not using my own account to join the meeting. I'm actually using a Copilot account. It's Copilot for Microsoft 365 enable that subscription. And the purpose for me, I purposely joined in 15-minute late, and that to show you some of the Teams feature. Basically, you can see on my screen, it is my Teams, and I can see you all. You can all see it here. So basically, let's say I joined 15 minutes late. I purposely for that to build a story. So I'm late, so I need to know what happened. So I because just now it actually helped me to recap meeting so far. I was late. I was joining at 8:40. So we actually have already created key topic that was mentioned here. You can see. So I will try to ask, since I joined late, I roughly know what they have shared. Then I want to know if there was a mention of myself. So was there a mention of it to do any task? Because let's try. Oh, okay, typo error. Let's see if you can detect. First mention of it to how about me? So
Maybe
there's
you
none.
can mention, yeah, Vic, maybe you can just ask, is Vic will be presenting or not, something like that.
Yeah, who are the speakers? So it's okay. Let's see. Um,
I think you need to type who are the speakers.
They are presenting about Copilot. He mentioned a few names. So let's say you understand this, explain the security foundation and the AI principle. So you want to understand more on the, let's say, on the topic of security and AI principles. What are the foundation that I should look into? So let's see.
Yeah, that's
Is that what you explained, Rizwan?
yes, yes. I didn't say all. I believe it able. Does it able to understand my able to capture the screen that I shared?
Yes, it can. So this is pretty cool. So it's easier than you combing through the whole number of slides. So this is some of the Copilot feature within Teams, so that you can take advantage of to save your time, to be more efficient and catch up faster in a meeting that you join late. So this is one of the Copilot feature. But let's
Wait,
say,
wait.
yes,
Can you what is below that? There's a more prompt, right? Well,
yes.
if you yeah, what in the left side, right? The yeah. Well, okay.
So for example, you can try to use this list action item. Is there any action item? Because this is a training presentation, I don't think there's any action item usually, but no doubt, let's try. Suggest you to purchase.
Yeah, I did mention that. I did mention that.
Explore different conversion style, image generation capability of Copilot. So let's say, I saw great, a young chap. I want to find out. Tell me more. What did Greg? Let's say I didn't type his full name. Share. Okay. So I want to understand Greg. Let's say he's the staff, and you want to understand whether he's contributing or not. Example of how different conversation and Copilot can affect the same prompt. He showed how creative, precise, and balanced mode can generate different response for poetry, explanation, image generation. He also
Nice.
invite
Yeah.
the user to try out different modes. Interesting. On point, Greg. I hope that is on point.
Yeah, that sounds right. Wow.
So this is some of the Copilot feature, as we have been feeding this Copilot AI in our tenant for a while. So hopefully it capture enough data to show you more comprehensive sharing. I did notice that inside the chat, somebody asked, is it able to use template about using specific template and format for PDF to generate the outcome and so on. We need to test it out. There's certain condition required to use the tool. That means a specific skill to allow you to do so, but it's not that straightforward. If we could, maybe next time we will show you. We have been testing this. A lot of people has been asking that. Yeah, King Xiao. Yeah, we will show that more next round we'll test it out a bit more. We've been trying to achieve that as well. Something that we also look forward to having. Yeah. Okay, and let me show you something. We've been showing a Copilot in different apps and so on. Within Teams, actually, you can chat with the Copilot itself. You see, there is a Copilot chat if you have Copilot subscription on top of your Microsoft 365. This is the icon. You can click on it. So you can talk to it. Okay, there is some pre-prompts here. Okay, you can capture fast. For example, let's say you don't have time to go to your mail inbox. I just click catch up. Summarize last 10 email in prose. Combine any email from the same thread into an easy digest summary goal as long as needed to cover the topic. For each thread, show the relative date and time it came in. Pull out 3 representative verbatim quotes and include them as bullet points under each prose summary. Don't use a separate header though. The code should be formatted in markdown, italic, and in quotation mark. This is really pretty advanced English. In short, what I'm trying to show you is these are pre-prompts which actually tell you the better a person give instruction with such elegance and clarity on your instruction, it helps the Copilot to generate the outcome you want. Yeah. So let's try. Let's see what it can do. See, it's coming through now. We are doing some testing here and there. It's interesting. On Wednesday 10, there was a business proposal for a new coffee shop named Copilot Coffee. We were testing that, yes. Also, there were email from Microsoft Security regarding synchronization error. So lastly, we were testing some synchronization stuff. You see, it actually tells me in summary. Okay, so let's say this is crucial, it's technical. I'm an IT person, actually manages this organization, IT and Microsoft 365 tenant. So I saw this email, so this is high priority. So I want to look into it, or let's look for summarize the email from Microsoft Security just to check out. Sorry about my dog, he wants attention. Hey. On June 12, you receive a notification of synchronization error in your directory. Then you inform of your Active Directory, Azure Active Directory, Then let's look at it a bit. It shows you the error. When the emails all came in, it gave you a summary. Don't you think it's easier than combing through and reading the emails yourself and try to compile and summarize it? And when your boss asks for a summary report regarding synchronization, you can copy this and edit it a bit and show to your boss. This is my summary report. Isn't it fast? Amazing, just talking to the Copilot. Let's try something different. Let's start. Okay, let's start a new conversation. So I just want to cut off the conversations you had. Let's start afresh. I see you today. So now let's say show me a summary of slide deck on Copilot training that we did. So it's coming through all the document, and this is Microsoft Graph Train. Your trainer last modified by who even you tell you. Okay, that was me. That's my account. Added slide by Rizwan. Rizwan, you see what you did is recorded.
Yeah.
You there last modify, and this serve as a comprehensive guide for understanding and utilizing Copilot capability. And you can see all the link is here. And this number is actually aligned. This one is actually same as this one. Let's say you want to understand what was added here. So let's look at Copilot add-on slide. Number 4. Okay, click here. You open this slide. Wow, this is the add-on slide you added. So there's some new essential security. And see, it brings you to the slide and they're actually able to read what is inside the slide. So this is interesting. Yeah, so the Copilot chat actually able to control all your data which is within your account, because this is a assigned account to Copilot. The email is actually this one. This one, copilot@myian.com. We're testing it. So therefore, it's able to grab all the information here. So this is impressive, and this is how you could do it. The other thing I want to show you, there's a lot more things you can do here. For example, let's say, tell more about the performance improvement mentioned in the slide deck. Let's say there's a lot of different prompts you can try. These are some of slide deck of user case that we have: HR, marketing, sales, finance, inside this Copilot AI slide. So there are also more prompts here that you can want to try, related to learning, related to catch up. So there's all the prompts here. You can see more prompt, or you can save prompt as well if you like the prompt. You don't need to keep typing the prompt. So those are some of the features that you can use. I hope this helps. Let's say you have enough of this conversation, you click this one, start a new chat. So, and it's clean. So this is it. Fun remote team building event. So these are generating ideas. So you can do that. You can talk to it's as if your AI assistant, in short. Let me show you something else, which I've been trying to test. Let me move away my share button. Okay.
Yes, Amma. I think Amma has something to share.
Yeah.
I have something to ask actually. It was from one of my customer in India. Okay. So customer wants to use Copilot for recreating the template of Word or PowerPoint. Do they have anything, something which can help? I mean, it was actually a real estate customer. They have a format which every engineer has to fill in the site. Okay, like in a Word file. Okay, they wanted to regenerate with more informations and more detailed version, taking the help from Copilot. Do you have anything like that?
Sorry, I couldn't get you at the front part. It was cut off. What was the current client trying to do? They want to prepare a document based on what?
So they have certain Word file as a template for like filling the form for a purchase or giving an input for a project report, all this stuff, right? There is a template which has been created almost 5 years back, example, right? Now they want to recreate with the latest design format or with the updated information, because that formats are like 20 pages, 30 pages of a Word file, example. Right?
It's a Word document, right?
Yeah, it's on a Word file. Yeah. So they want to recreate exactly same with the latest information, whatever management wants to create.
As of now, we have not tried using it to recreate a document. We can test it out. I won't be able to tell you yes, because it does, according to Copilot and their decks, they say can.
Okay, Let's
So we will test it out together and see whether it's possible.
Yep.
For the what I saw in the chat that Lim was asking, can we teach Copilot to follow specific template? This is already answered. Is it possible for Copilot for Dreamify to help schedule team meeting based on an email conversation in Outlook? So say, let's try out. Let's try out. I'm a person who tests it out here. So let's say you have an Outlook here. Let's try. Okay, so let's say, let's see whether I use the Teams to do it better. Okay. Okay. Let's try. Us. Just want to try this. Fish. Okay, so it has the issue. Okay, let's use this prompt instead. Save my time. We just want to make sure it can do the schedule meeting. Let's go back this one. Okay, basically we have all this right summarized. So can you help me organize a meeting with let's say reason cipher reason because it's can use that. Laurie on let's say 24th. Right. Let's make sure it looks better. At 9:30. Yeah. Let's see you can. The top agenda is on the Microsoft security. I'm gonna save my time, just copy errors. Okay, let's say according to his reply, yes. No, please
go back to your calendar. Maybe it has processed already. Just go and check on 24th, 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, I have scheduled. This is that the meeting will be sent after. If there's any changes or addition, please let me know. This is the last confirmation. So I need to give in claim. No, please proceed. schedule a meeting. Let's see. So go to a calendar.
24th.
Where is it? Let's check in the calendar before we end today.
Check your Outlook sent items. That is also easy.
Oh, wait. Let me check my account instead.
You are checking in the Copilot. I got okay. Yeah.
I don't see anything.
No, I don't see mine also.
Well, interesting. We are trying it out, so no harm trying. Let's go to back to Teams. Okay. I know. I don't see the invite. It can't. It say it can't.
Yeah.
It can't. I'm going to confuse it a bit more. Well, not now. Looks like you can't, guys, for now.
But you can say you can schedule it from Outlook if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah. Inside the Outlook, I don't see the function.
Yeah, the time schedule, time management should be released by June or July. It previously was not available. Yeah.
Yeah, haven't come out yet. Some of the feature which was previewed and shown in promotion video and so on has a schedule of release. Even like follow calendar invite as well is not out yet.
Correct.
Yeah, so do look forward to it. Things are being built now, bit by bit. Some of the things are still new. Yeah. I hope this helped. I think I overshot by 3 minutes. Rizwan, sorry, I pass back to you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Sorry for the my problem just now. Recently I'm not sure why during the night my internet is really slow. But thank you for helping Greg and also Vic and Lorin and Amal. See you guys on the next sharing. Hopefully there will be new feature that we can actually show. It's like every week and every month there's always a new feature. So we don't have all the time to test all of them, but we will make sure that you guys able to learn in every session that we are going to do. Thank you very much. See you guys. Bye.
Bye bye.